Hey everybody, Hatcher here with gaming news, reviews, and tips, and today we're in DCS world and going to cover how to make some custom liveries. So you can see, for example, with the F-14 here, we have a variety of different liveries that we can choose from or different skins so that we can customize our look. But maybe you want to make your own livery and add some cool things. And I'm going to keep things pretty simple, but you can really do what you want with this. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and have the cockpit names on for myself and my pilot when we're normally playing together. So I was able to edit the livery here and put our names on the cockpit doors, as you can see it here. So if this is something you'd like to do or play around with, I hope this next video will help you out with that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first step in making the custom livery is to essentially get a template that we can work off to make our life easier. The in-game liveries can be found in the following file directory. So if you go to your directory where DCS World, either regular DCS or the beta is installed, then go to Core Mods, Aircraft, whatever plane it is or aircraft that you want to find the livery of, and then into that liveries folder, and then finally you've got the specific plane model listed again. You'll see that you have all of the liveries that are there by default here in this folder. So I'd recommend going into the game, find one that you think is similar to what you'd like, or one that's very basic that you can really add to. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy that file, and what I've done is I've copied this Bedevilers one here, and we're going to take it over to our saved games folder. That way we don't corrupt any files over here and ensure the integrity of our DCS folder, and it gives us a place to work. So now we're going to take this file, we've copied it, and we're going to take it over and put it into our saved games folder. So in this case, the most common directory is, it could be the C drive, but find your users directory, your username, saved games folder, DCS or DCS beta. You may have to create these folders here, but so liveries, and then you have to spell this folder name exactly correct if it's not already in that liveries folder. In this case, we're working with the F-14B, so all small letters F-14B. And then we can go ahead and paste this folder in here. Now this is the folder that we're going to work from. So we can go ahead and we can open up this specific folder, and we can see these are all the different skins that it's going to read from in order to render the 3D graphic. The first thing that we want to do is we want to change the name so that we have a unique name for this specific livery. It's done in this description Lua file here. Highly recommend, based on my experience looking at other videos, of editing this in Notepad 2+. So go ahead and open it up with Notepad, and again, it's a free download. And all you want to do is change the name down here in between these two brackets. So in this case, I'm going to change it to names. Something simple. And then just go ahead and save that. So once you've changed the name in this file, now when DCS opens up this file, this is the name of the livery that you'll see. Next, we need some sort of graphical editor software that we can go in and make the changes that you want to make and the additions that you want to make. For me, I use Photoshop, and if you're going to use Photoshop, you're going to need to get yourself an extension. And in this case, it's an NVIDIA extension, the NVIDIA Texture Tools Explorer. If you go ahead and just Google DDS file Photoshop, it's one of the first links that you're going to come to. And then you just go ahead and download this, and it'll automatically install into Photoshop. Then once we have that, then we can go back to one of these folder or files. And in this case, I'm going to open up the F-14 exterior number 2, and I can open with Photoshop. So once this opens, you can see, I'll just zoom in here a little bit. So we can see that we have the exterior cockpit of the F-14 here. This might be the left side, or it might be the right side. So you're going to have to play around with some things to make sure, especially if you're using lettering or logos, to make sure that they're mirrored appropriately. Not going to go into that here, just going to show you essentially how to do it. But yet what you would do if you wanted to put a name is just go ahead here and grab your text tool, type in a name, and then we're all set. You can obviously move it around, put it where you want to put it, and then you're going to go ahead and save this file. So we're going to go ahead and save as. Now it's going to default to a Photoshop file, which you can save it as that if you want to make changes down the road. But really what you need to do is save it as a DDS file. That'll allow DCS to read it. So I'm going to go ahead and save it as a DDS file, keeping the exact name the same. And again, we're saving it in that same file directory location in the saved games folder. And I'm going to overwrite this file right here. So I'm going to save. Do I want to overwrite it? Yes, I do. Now, after it asks if you want to override it, it's going to take you to that download that you installed or the add-on that you installed for the NVIDIA texture tools. And so this is going to actually act to export the DDS folder. So I don't make any changes here. I just go ahead and say, okay, I can see I've got my change there. So okay. And now it's changed this folder to look how we've edited it essentially. So now we've got our edited graphic done and completed, and it's in this folder here. At this point in time, we can go ahead and open up DCS World and we'll be able to see what change we've made. And so now you can see we have our named livery here, names, and if we click on it and go OK, you can see that it is in fact here on our jet. We've got our name written on there. So pretty quick and easy and straightforward to do. Now, a couple of important things to keep in mind. One thing that I was really disappointed about, nobody else can see these liveries unless they have this livery installed. So it's great for friends if you want to go ahead and share that livery with them. They can install it on their game. It also needs to be installed in the server that you're running on, so dedicated servers it can work with as well. Otherwise, it's just you that's going to see it. And I've looked to see if there's any sort of a workaround, and right now there is not. So it would be for your own viewing pleasure only. But hey, at least you get that little extra detail and you can play around and make some custom liveries. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like or a subscribe. And if you want some help with some really simple editing, I'd be happy to put your name on your cockpit for you. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel, send me a message, let me know you'd like that custom livery done. Let me know what the background you'd like it to be and the name. Be happy to do that for you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in game.